Hello, my name is Karen Brewer Carillas. I am an explorer from Venezuela. My father, the great explorer Charles Brewer Carillas, and my family have been joining many scientists to go to the depths of the jungle and learn from the last indigenous tribes survival techniques. We've also discovered different species and seen plants and animals that few people have seen. Have you seen the movie Up? Well, we have been to these amazing places and we have seen animals and plants so strange, like the carnivorous plants. But why do we do all of this? Because we cannot protect what we don't know. And do we need nature? Do you think we need nature? Well, yes, we do, because we are part of nature. And if nature is doing good, if nature is thriving, we will thrive too. If we protect our ecosystems, we will have many benefits like clean air, clean water, rich soil to plant our food, and many other good things. But what is an ecosystem and how it works? Well, an ecosystem is how all the living beings in an area, in an environment, have relations with each other. How do they interact? Are they friends? Do they eat each other? It's like in school, for example. School is the environment that you go to, and everyone has their job. There are the students, there is the director, there are the teachers that go. Also, we have people that do the cleaning and people in the kitchen that prepare the food. But what happens if one day one of these people cannot go? It will be a mess. Imagine if one of the teachers cannot go. We will need to find another teacher, and maybe this new teacher is not so good. She sends so much more homework. It can be a mess. And the same happens with nature too. Everyone, every single animal, plant, mushroom, bacteria, everyone has their job and they're the best at that. The flowers, for example, are pollinated by someone to create seeds. The seeds then are planted by someone else. And these plants and this forest and these animals all work together to keep an amazing balance. That is health for everyone. But the problem comes when one of these workers is removed. Then the mess comes. And we are seeing today the consequences of that imbalance. So that is why we need to protect nature and all of those components. But how can we protect nature, right? Luckily, there are a lot of specialists that really know how. The Darwin200 project looks for young people who wants to protect nature and takes them into an amazing voyage to one of the ports that Charles Darwin visited. There they will meet some specialists and they will learn how to protect nature and then share this knowledge. This is how I got selected to go to the jungles of Brazil to learn from a group of people that are trying to protect a really special animal. Imagine this animal. Try to imagine this animal. It is small, like a school ruler or the size of a book, and it runs from branch to branch, jumping around. It has a long tail to keep the balance, and it has a mane like a lion and golden hair. Can you imagine an animal this magic? Well, this is Rosalia. And no, not the singer. This is Leontopithecus rosalia, but we also know them as the golden lion tamarin. Look how gorgeous they are with that golden hair. It is really amazing. They love jumping from tree to tree looking for food. They eat small animals like insects and also fruits. Do you remember in nature who planted the seeds? Well, this is one of these guys. These guys, well, they don't actually make a hole in the ground and put the seeds. They eat the fruits with the seeds. They digest all of this and then and now the seeds have all the nutrients they have to become big trees and an amazing forest. But it's not just one plant they help. They help over 60 different plants. Can you name at least 3 plants that you know? It is hard, it is hard. There are so many plants. Imagine 60. I mean, these animals are really important for this ecosystem that is really important for the whole world. The problem is that these animals almost disappeared from our planet forever. They almost went extinct. Can you imagine the mess that we'll make in the forest? Well, there are many threats that these animals are facing. But before telling you some of these threats or menaces they're facing, I would like to show you more about their behavior because it's really amazing. They're just like us. They like running around, chasing each other. They really like grooming. I love when my mother, for example, used to brush my hair before going to school. It really felt nice. So these guys do that all day long, and they take, of course, some fleas and ticks out of the way. They have cute babies, usually twins, and everyone in the group helps caring for the babies and other tasks. They are so cute that unfortunately this is one of the problems they face. Some people think that they could be good pets, but they're wild animals and they will never be happy alone in a cage and away from their families. And also, we need them in the forest, planting all those trees. So remember, never buy animals. It hurts the animal, it hurts the species, it hurts the ecosystem, and it will hurt us too. The other problem that they're facing is that they don't have like a market or one place they can go and find everything they need. No, they need to explore big areas of forest to find some fruits there, some water over here, some insects over there. So they need a really big space. But we have cut down those forests to build highways, to build pipelines, to build pastures for cattle. And these open spaces between the islands of remaining forest are not easy to cross. I tried to do it myself, pretending to be a golden lion tamarin and pretending that the drone was like an eagle that was chasing me, and I failed. I fell to the ground. Okay, let's look at it again because it's very funny. It's very funny because I was not in real danger, but for these animals, it is impossible to cross in a safe way. They have lost so much forest. I mean, we all have lost so much forest. Look at what remains. There are so many other problems that these animals face, like invasive species of other monkeys that do not belong there and steal the resources and food, or diseases, or there are so many problems. But remember that this is a story of success because we learned how this group of people were able to, despite all of these problems, being able to save these monkeys from the extinction. This is the Asociación Mico-León Dorado, the Golden Lion Tamarin Association. In order to protect these animals, there are many steps that this association is doing, like monitoring, for example. Monitoring is basically keeping an eye on them and really understanding how they behave, because the only way to protect an animal is really knowing them. And these people spend a lot of time in the jungle with them. They also show other people how important these animals are and how important the ecosystems are for everyone. They were able to find landowners, the owners of these open spaces, that understood how important these animals are, and they gave some of this land so we can connect these islands of forest. The little plants that will be planted are provided by farmers that also benefit from this friendship, and this will become a corridor. It is a patch of forest that is new that will connect two old forests so animals can cross and share resources. They also came together to build a bridge just for nature that goes over the highway. Can you imagine how hard it could be to cross that highway? I was near that and it was really scary. Actually, today, That bridge is covered with trees and many animals use it today. They also promote tourism for people to come and see the monkeys in the forest, but in a safe and respectful way. This is called ecotourism, and it brings benefits to all the communities that lives around these areas. As you can see, one of the most beautiful things about this project is that so many different people come together to protect these animals, to protect the ecosystem, to protect the forest, and to protect the communities, and bringing benefits for everyone, so everyone is happy. We can all help, and we should all help. I am not in the jungle right now, as you can see, but I am using the tools that I have to help protect these animals and help protect this ecosystem. I like to speak very much, as you can see, but I know that everyone has different and amazing tools that can be very useful. I know that some of you can be very good at painting, at drawing, making sculptures, making music, making poems. I mean, there are so many things. You just have to find what really makes you happy and what you're good at, and use that and cultivate that and practice that and use it to make a difference in the world that surrounds you, to protect our ecosystems and the well-being of everyone. My name is Karen Brewer Carillas. I am an explorer from Venezuela, and what an explorer does is they ask questions and they investigate and they go to places and ask different people and learn new things that can help everyone, and then share these discoveries. That is what an explorer does. Now, who wants to be an explorer? Thank you, thank you.